She had a professional LinkedIn profile, a Mumbai office address, a photograph that looked exactly like a real financial professional. She worked apparently for a registered NBFC, non-banking financial company with a track record and credible web presence. She contacted the victim on Facebook. Professional, measured, never pushy. 5.92 crore. Later, Delhi police arrested 4 people. The investigator found that the money had already been routed through 33 separate bank accounts within hours of each transfer being made. The woman on Facebook never existed. The NBFC never existed. The professional credentials had been assembled from the stolen identity fragments, stock photographs, and fake website that looked more polished than most real one. In this video, I am going to show you exactly how social media investment fraud builds fake profile credibility layer by layer and why it is so convincing even to people who are genuinely trying to be careful. I will also show you 533 bank accounts tells you something critical about how stolen money disappears in India, and I will give you 4 signals that identify a fraudulent investment contact in very first conversation. Stay till the end. I am doing 2 minutes verification showing exactly how to confirm whether any financial company in India is real. I am Amrita, a cybersecurity professional. What makes the Delhi Facebook NBFC case notable is not just the rupee amount. It is what the case reveals about how professional platforms are being used to construct what victims experience as a credible institutional relationship. According to DD News and Delhi Police official statement, the victim was contacted on Facebook by someone impersonating a representative of Mumbai-based NBFC. All 4 accused are from Haldwani, Uttarakhand, and are linked to approximately 10 cybercrime complaints on the National Cybercrime Reporting Platform. The money was disappeared across 33 bank accounts almost immediately after each transfer was received. The use of Facebook rather than Telegram or WhatsApp is deliberate. Facebook allows construction of professional looking profile with visible work history, location, profile photographs, and social connection. A WhatsApp message from a stranger reads as suspicious. A Facebook connection request from a profile with a complete profile reads as a legitimate contact. Let me reconstruct what happened, and I want you to pay attention to timeline because the patience of this operation is what makes it so dangerous. The victim, let us call her Deepa, received a Facebook request from someone presenting as a senior investment manager at Mumbai NBFC. The profile was convincing, multiple years of work history at recognizable sounding institution, a professional headshots, posts about market analysis and portfolio commentary, and a network connections with other accounts appearing to be a financial sector professional. Deepa accepted the request. Conversations began, not investment pitches immediately. Professional small talk. Industry discussions. The contact mentioned her NBFC recent performance reference, real market movements, asked thoughtful questions about Deepa's financial goals. Over weeks, trust developed, then an investment opportunity was presented, a structured fixed income product, returns described as competitive but not impulsively high. The contact sent documents, brochures, registration certificates, compliance summaries. All looked official. Deepa invested. Initial returns were reported as growing. She received statements. She invested more. I need you to pause here. Deepa was not naive. She spent weeks evaluating this contract. She reviewed documents. She checked professional profiles. She looked at NBFC's apparent web presence. She did more due diligence than majority of people making similar investment decisions. The problem is that every piece of verification she did was verification of fabricated surface credibility. The one check that would have got this in 2 minutes searching RBI's official NBFC registration list was the check she did not do. Not because she was careless, because most people in India do not know this list exists. Here is the psychological architecture. Let me go one layer deeper because understanding psychological design of this scam helps you recognize it in real time before money moves. This scam uses a long con structure. The goal is not quick transaction. It is a systematic construction of trusted relationships over weeks, over months. Every week that passes without a fraudulent request increases the victim's confidence that the relationship is legitimate. By the time the investment opportunity is presented, the victim's own judgment has been recreated as a defense of the fraudster. This is why the initial investment amounts are always moderate and the initial reported returns are always positive. The victim's own experience of the investment performing well becomes the strongest argument for investing more. The scam uses the victim's own financial logic against them. Here is the Mule account architecture. Now I want to explain what 33 bank accounts tell us, because this is critical for understanding why you must report to 1930 within first hour of realizing fraud has occurred. When Delhi police froze assets after receiving the complaint, the money had already passed through 33 separate accounts and disappeared beyond them. This is the Mule account architecture specifically designed to make recovery extremely difficult after a short window. The process was Deepa makes a transfer, it arrives in account 1 within minutes. Automated transfer scatters that money across 5 to 10 secondary Mule accounts. From those further transactions go territory accounts. Each account holds the money for minutes, not hours. This is the single most important piece of timing information for all fraud victim. Call 1930 within first hour, not after 2 hours or trying to verify what happened. Not after calling the fraudster numbers. Immediately. The freeze window is real. It is short. And it is the only mechanism that gives investigators a chance to intercept money before it exits the bank system as cash. Here is the 4 signal live verification. Signal number 1, any investment opportunity that begins with a social media contact is high risk by default. Legitimate SBI registered NBFC do not recruit retail investors through Facebook friend requests or Instagram DMs. They advise through regulated channels, registered advisories, or SCBI registered investment platforms only, or official company websites. A social media message is not a regulated channel. Signal number 2, a professional looking profile is not a proof of institution. A complete convincing LinkedIn or Facebook profile can be constructed in one afternoon. Work history can be written. Photos can be stock images. Social connection can include accounts that are part of the same operation. The profile proves nothing about institution's legitimacy. Signal 3, documents that looks official are not official documents. Product brochures, registration certificates, compliance summaries, all can be created by anyone with basic design tool. The only document that proves an NBFC is legally registered in India is its presence in the RBI's public NBFC registry. Signal number 4, guaranteed or consistently high returns are illegal for any registered financial entity to promise. SCBI and RBI explicitly prohibited any regulated institution from guaranteeing investment frauds and promise of guaranteed returns. However it is framed, however small it sounds, it is both a regulatory violation and an immediate fraud signal. The live 2-minute verification. First one, go to rbi.org.in, go to regulation, regulated entities, list of NBFCs. Search the institution's exact name. If it does not appear, the entity is not RBI registered and cannot legally operate as an NBFC in India. Second, go to mcaportal.mca.gov.in. Go to company search, enter the entity name. Is it a registered corporate entity? When was it incorporated? The 2-minute check RBI NBFC list. MCA company registry. If the entity does not appear in both places, it does not legally exist as a financial institution in India. Deepa spent weeks carefully evaluating the wrong things. 2 minutes on the RBI website would have caught the fraud at the very first mention of the NBFC's name before any money was discussed. Your question for this week: have you ever received any investment approach on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn from someone you did not know specifically on these platforms? Comment yes or no below. Share this with one person in your network who receives investment related messages from unknown contacts on social media. Keep learning, stay safe online.